build up this type of legacy, but I'm not even and have enough money to pay for my kids. So he was thinking about generational wealth this entire time, but at the same time, that generation is not going to go further than just his son because he never spent the time to actually put time into his son. So that money that he has, the intelligence that he has, yo, what's going on, man? This is episode 4. Listen, this has been an amazing journey so far, man, and thank you all so much for the DMs, from the calls, the text messages, all of that. Like, you all have really been sending some very positive energy towards my way to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. So I greatly appreciate that. If anybody understands working hard, it is definitely me. I understand working hard. I understand grinding hard. But this is artists that I don't really listen to that often, but I just came across the song. Just listened to different podcasts, and it was their intro for their YouTube. I was like, oh, this is an interesting song. So I went to go listen to the song. It's called Legacy by Logic. Some of you are like, wait, Smitha listen to Logic? Like, subscribe and comment, okay? Before I leave, but I start losing people. But no, but listen to me. He has some good stuff, and on this particular song, it basically talked about how this guy that did all of these great things. He wasn't really even talking about Tom Brady himself. He was literally talking about, I think Logic was coming from his own perspective in this moment, where he gained all of the money. He had the money to pay for his health. But at the end of the day, as he was laying on his deathbed, dealing with cancer, the only thing he wanted at that given moment was really to be beside his family. And to me, it was such a powerful song. Again, song's called Legacy by Logic. Listen, go check it out. Because it's a lot of different topics that he kind of jumped around in, and I'm just going to talk about just a couple of things that just stuck out to me and kind of compare that to what I see with the Tom Brady situation. How even in myself, I compare it to myself when I kind of have to start slowing down, like operating hours. Like, I usually will go until 11 o'clock. Now, for instance, that is getting down to holiday time, and I am shutting down at a certain time for holiday time this year. But during the entire 365 of the year, I would literally be shooting until 11 o'clock. Now, I stop around like 8, sometimes 7 itself, in sessions, instead of the 11 o'clock time. And people have still been booking at capacity, just in a different time frame. And I think sometimes us as business partners, not business partners, but as creative in businesses, we feel that we always have to be open. We always have to have some type of door that's open so clients can have a ease at booking us. But oftentimes that leaves us unrested. It leaves us unhealthy. It also leads us to a standpoint where we can't really build inside of ourselves because we're trying to give out so much. And that kind of goes back to my video 1, where we're not setting those boundaries in those times. So I had to learn that, and I was paying for it with my health. And like in this song, like he talks about, hey, like I did all these great things, and he starts talking about how my whole goal behind getting money itself was building legacy. And I'm gonna talk about this because a lot of us come from, well, maybe my audience and some other individuals, we come from a place where we really, growing up, we didn't have it all. And we feel this urge to overpour and overutilize for our kids to make sure that they have. But at the end of the day, if you really ask that kid what they want at the end of the day, it's literally just time with you. It's not really, it's great to have the options of the money that we can buy all these phenomenal and great things, but at the end of the day, what they really want is time. Like when I'm going home and I'm seeing my daughter at the end of the night or at the middle of the day, like this week was like Halloween and everything. She was coming home. I was already there, and we started talking, playing. I'm asking her what her day was, different things like that, and I'm taking her to bed. She's like, "Daddy, I just want you to sleep with me. Can you sleep with me, please?" I was like, "Sure, I definitely can do that." And that's just that time that she wanted. And Logic was talking about, like, at the end of the day, I had the kids. I was worried about, spending money to build up this type of legacy, but I'm not even and have enough money to pay for my kids. So he was thinking about generational wealth this entire time, but at the same time, that generation is not going to go further than just his son because he never spent the time to actually put time into his son. So that money that he has, the intelligence that he has when it comes down to money, the money that he had so far as the intelligence that he has within the money, or also when it comes down to the operation, to understanding how to run a business, or lyricism, or all that he may want to put inside of his kid, he never really actually got the time to actually put that inside of the kid. So his legacy itself is not going further than his son, even though he has the financial income to do so. So it was just like, I'm just literally just layering and breaking down the song. I'm like, yo, this is just dope. And it is really dealing with me and making sure that I actually spend that time. Now, going back to the Tom Brady situation. But I'm not going to compare where I'm at now to where he's at now. So far as he could be doing the game itself because he loves the game. And his wife itself actually makes more money than them. So this is nothing on that saying when it comes down to money. But he's actually choosing the game over choosing to go with his family. Now, what could that mean in itself? I don't know. But I know when it comes down to myself, when I think about legacy, because I could do all these great things. I could have, 7 rings. I can do all these phenomenal things, but my legacy isn't going to go down to my kids, which is the thing that I want the most. And I think it all comes down to the perspective of what type of legacy do you want. Now, if Tom Brady's legacy is that I want to have a football legacy, then that may be cool. What he's doing now, staying away from family, that may be his thing. It's cool. But when I think of legacy and what I want my kids to understand that Grandpa cared about them, and I cared enough to spend time with their granddad, spend time with their grandma, to actually instill in them so they will get the information as well. Now, we can also go back to the videos. We have this great information and stuff, but there's still some things when it comes down to simple instructions, showing, layering, teaching that kid one-on-one, like content of understanding how to love, compassion, different things like that. A lot of those things that are really instilled at the house. It's going to be hard to kind of teach that through video, which you can, but it's easier if you have a teacher that's there. So then on top of them, still seeing my videos, comparing that to last week. But that's how I want my legacy itself to be built up. So I want to spend the time with my kids and showing them, hey, this is the way that you love and this is how you carry on. There was another statement within the video that he talked about as well, which I was like, wow, that is a deep bar. And I know it's probably one thing that a lot of guys don't think about. He stated, I have a wife, but she's a single mom. And I was like, like that is a bar. And what do we mean by that? It could come down to like even the simplest things when it comes to even having a wife. That wife is actually operating as a single mom. The dad is just not present there in the kid's life at all. He's just financially there, which is great. Don't hurt me for thinking that not thinking that providing itself financially isn't a great thing, because I do it. Lord knows I do it. I do it well. but also on top of, being a financial help, spending that extra time with the kid one-on-one, different things, imparting into them your wisdom is needed as well. I was having a good conversation with one of my friends, Corbin, and we got on a conversation of like kids, and it was amazing just listening to him, how he broke down like the time that he spends with his son. Like he has a breakfast with one of his sons. Then he has like a nighttime with I think the other two sons or something like that. And it's something that he does every single week. Like it's like breakfast time with that son every single week. And I just thought that, I was like, dude, that's a whole nother level of fatherhood that I want to get to, where I have like a dedicated time. Not there yet. My time right now is spontaneity right now, but I pray to get to that level, and I'm going to get in that level soon. Maybe by the end of the year, maybe sometime next year, where I literally have that set around time to say, hey, this is our time that we want to sit down together and we're going to pour in, because I think that's needed. Instead of, maybe a Saturday here or maybe a Wednesday here. I think having that respectable time, it also sets boundaries. So I have to train my mind now with that new information to go forth and do that. And there was another individual that I've always looked up to, like their father and son's relationship. One of my good friends, Corley. Corley and Kyle, their father is Terry. And when I tell you, like at events, seeing Terry there, this is back in high school. So at events, seeing Terry there for his sons, at, of course, marriage and all the other stuff, but every single time it was a big function, I always saw him there with his sons. And just to see like how Cal now is, this phenomenal person that's in DC, and Corley is this phenomenal guy that's working for well, I don't know if I can say what company he's, I don't know if he wants that out publicly, but he's working for a really, really well-known company that's doing very, very well. And both of them are leaders in their industry, and seeing that, because their dad instilled in them that time, like understanding, hey, you need to play golf, because there are going to be times where you're going to make business deals, and this is why you need to learn golf. Teaching them golf, having the time with them, different things like that. Like, I think those things matter the most. And when we think about building legacy, when we think about pouring into the next generation, those are the things that are going to matter. So I want to say shout out to those dads like Terry, Corbin, and there's a lot of other fathers out there that I looked up to, but those two right there, I can actually remember like things and conversations, just things unknowingly that they've done that literally have impacted me. How do you want to be remembered? That is the thing. So comes down to Tom Brady. Did he do the right thing? How do you want to be remembered? Like, share, subscribe, comment. We'll see y'all next week, guys. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what we're gonna end up doing with this channel itself. Like, once I get up to around like video 10, I'm gonna introduce another video, which is going to be like some of my creative business aspect stuff. So like understanding Instagram, understanding Facebook, different stuff like that. Like, I'm getting a lot of my content creation portion, and also we're gonna be building a subscriber base for Instagram that's literally going to focus on like a lot of wedding background stuff. So we got that cooking in the background. So we got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up pretty soon. So stay in tune. And also by week 15, we're going to start bringing on guests every now and again. So be on the lookout for whoever the new guest is, the first guest is. If you want to be featured, hey, just holler at me. Make that happen. So like, subscribe, comment. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Say live.